Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode, we're here with the final episode with the blue-black zombie decks. I think we'll start off with a Submerged Beyond, as that is the only one which will come in guaranteed tapped. Okay, so the only change I made to the deck was to add in a Grasp of Darkness, as suggested by one of you guys. Replace one of the Reeve Souls with it, just to potentially destroy some slightly bigger creatures. Now, we're going to go for a Swamp here and also drop a Rancid Rats. We'll also drop a second Swamp next turn, and then we should be able to drop a Sunken Hollow whenever we want that way, basically. So I think we'll go for a Crow of Dark Tidings next turn. So for game number 1, we're playing the rank 23 Lukovic. And we're currently rank 18. I've been playing around with a human deck similar to what he's playing. So it looks like he's playing white-black humans maybe. So I think we'll swing with the rats, as that can't be blocked. If we do that, there we go. We could kill this. It's a possibility. I'd like to do it before it gets to the point where he might be able to flip it. So we'll be keeping the Grasp of Darkness in mind maybe for next turn. So we managed to mill ourselves. Ah, Diagraph Colossus. That's a shame. That's a shame. Never mind. I mean, that would have been our next draw, so maybe Rancid Rats was the better play there, but it's fine. We can cope. Okay, so he's dead weighting our Crow of Dark Tidings. Okay. So what are we going to mill? Drownu Corpse Trawler and a Fleshbag Marauder. Okay. And then he's going to swing with the Militia Captain. That's what I'm looking for. So we take 2 damage there. So drop the Sunken Hollow. Ooh, very nice. We've also got a Forgotten Creation, which could be pretty useful. Tempted to maybe toss that away for Crow of Dark Tidings or something like that, maybe. So we're going to play out Rancid Rats, however. Oops, daisy. Should have done that post-combat. So we're just going to swing for 1, leave the Death Touch other one open. We do also have the Grasp of Darkness in case he plays something else to maybe buff that. See how it goes though. And there's the priority system, just skipping our phase for us, giving away the fact that we only have an instant or nothing at all to play in our hand. Okay, so he's also played Tireless Tracker, so he gets to investigate. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, he gets to investigate. Okay, so do I Grasp of Darkness one of them? It's tempting to. It's Grasp of Darkness you. Let's get rid of it. Don't want him getting clues, getting pumped up, stuff like that, so let me just get out of the way. So I'm just going to swing with both of these as they can't be blocked, and then play out my Forgotten Creation, I think. There we go, so swing for 2 and then just play out Forgotten Creation. Marvellous. Gives us a nice 3-3 with Skulk, so potentially if he plays anything bigger than like that one, for example, we can't be blocked by it. So he's played out Nissa, so he's going to grab himself that extra mana, so that would have triggered the Tireless Tracker, but luckily he can't do that anymore. But he has played out a Duskwatch Recruiter. Okay. So do we draw a card first before Forgotten Creation's ability activates? We do, so I won't activate it this turn. Okay, we got another Rancid Rat, so what I might do is swing with these 2. There we go. Tempted to almost throw this hand out next turn, and then draw a better hand with the Forgotten Creation, but I think we'll just throw away. Do we play the Crow of Dark Tidings? It's tempting to, yeah, let's do that now. Just because it gives us 2 power in the air, so potentially we can swing for 5 damage at the moment. So it's a good job we didn't toss away the crow there, because we would have only drawn a land by the looks of things. And we've got another Tireless Tracker. And we've also got a Westvale Abbey, so he's potentially got enough creatures to sacrifice for Westvale Abbey at this point, so that's pretty terrifying. So yeah, basically if you can... So we obviously can't trigger that one. Ooh, we do have Cruel Revival though. So we'll swing with you and maybe one of you. Keep 2 more open. And then I'm going to Cruel Revival maybe Nissa, I think. So he is... What's he doing? So he's sacrificing that Cruel Revival. Okay, so we're just going to then just just burn you down. We're going to get Diagraph Colossus back, I think. There we go. So he just basically just nuked the one that he pumped up, and then he can't. He doesn't have the. He still needs 5 creatures to play to flip the Westphal Abbey. Okay, so we just flipped this, so that gives him even less creatures there to sacrifice for it. So yeah. Oh, he's found Archangel Avacyn, which is nice for him, which he can actually play, give his creatures indestructible. So yeah, basically the thing about Westphal Abbey is, so if you sacrifice 5 creatures, you can transform it, and it basically becomes Ormondal the Profane Prince, which is a flying, lifing, indestructible, and haste creature. It's absolutely crazy. It's gone into my White Weenie deck, which I'm featuring at the end of the week. Okay, so he has actually managed to flip his. No, would not like to draw a new hand. Oh, hello, we've got Kalitas. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that out next turn. So we're just gonna swing with. I'm just gonna swing at his face, I think, with all of you. If I play Diagraph out, yeah, I'm gonna swing with all of you basically. So he's played out Archangel Avacyn. Okay, so he gets to block against the Crow of Dark Tidings. I've forgotten about Avacyn, of course. So he's going to be able to block my Crow, which I'd completely forgotten about. Do have the ability to push through 3 damage every turn. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty nice. We actually get a bonus zombie to pump up our Diagraph Colossus as well, so that goes to a 7/7 creature. Very nice. Yeah, we've got Kalitas as well, so it's a life-linking vampire. But basically, whenever a creature our opponent controls dies, we get a zombie on the battlefield, which is quite nice. And we can also sacrifice zombies to pump up Kalitas as well. So we've got here then, we've got Sorin. Okay. So basically, he's dead in like 3 turns at this point. Can we hold off for 3 turns? I mean, we have to almost like take out Nissa at one point. So what's he doing there? So, okay, so he's killed one of my rats there, which is annoying. So he did minus. Did he minus X? Yeah, he did minus X there. No, would not like to draw a new card there. So what do we do here then? Do we just swing at Nissa, keep her down? Swing at Sorin, keep him down maybe? I don't know at this point. We do also have the Diagraph Colossus. So if I played out Kalitas first and then swung with like everything, would he be then forced to block potentially and we get a load of zombies? Yeah, I think that's probably a good play there. So we just swing with everything. So if we attack with all at his face, see what he blocks. I mean, he could potentially double block with like Avacyn and the Krellan Horde Howler at my Diagraph, but at that point he's then given me 2 zombies anyway. So he's going to block with just the 3/3 and the 2/2. Okay, so I get 2 zombies from that. Very nice. 2 zombie tokens from Kalitas. Thank you very much. So yeah, we've got a very good board right now. Unless he's got like a Languish, although it doesn't look like he could have Oh no, he could have Languish. We've got the double black. So Nissa finds a mana, which is not useful for him. He could minus X one of my creatures. I'm assuming maybe Kalitas. Yes, he's gonna minus X and destroy Kalitas. Okay, and he gains what, 4 life, and he's also got a Liliana. So he's going to swing with that Avacyn, does 4 damage to our face. Okay, so no, we won't draw a new hand because there's not much point there. Oh, very nice. We've got double Shambling Ghouls. I'm almost tempted to play these out now, pre-combat, just so we get the bonus zombies. Now, how does Avacyn flip again? Whenever a non-angel creature controlled dies, transfer Archangel Avacyn at the beginning of your next upkeep. So why didn't killing his... What did he block with again? Oh, they got exiled, didn't they? So yes, that's why Avacyn didn't actually flip there. I'd forgotten about that. Okay, so we're just going to Anguished Unmasking. So he's going to exile my Diagraph Colossus. That should still resolve the zombie though. Yes, it did. And then we may as well just swing with everything else here. His face. Got to go for it at this point, I think. So he's going to... I've just realised something. He's actually going to... Archangel Avacyn is going to flip here. And how much damage does it do to all creatures? Is it 3? 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. Oh, I made a huge mistake there. Basically, because Liliana is destroyed, Avacyn's going to flip and actually, like, eat my face. So I'm not going to play out Shambling Ghoul now. So you're going to transform, I think. Yes. Avacyn's going to transform and wipe my board. So that was a bit silly of me to have done that there. In hindsight, that wasn't the best move. I thought it was only 2 damage from Avacyn though, so that would have been... still would have been pretty crap, but basically I made a huge mistake there. Because when it was Kalitas before... When Kalitas was down, that was fine, but yeah. So Avacyn's now going to swing for 6 at my face, and I think I'm going to lose here now. Be a good match, but basically I think I was going to either stall out and Avacyn was going to swing at my face above me, or I had to swing for it, and I think I just lost there. So unfortunately, we're going to move on to game number 2. Okay guys, here we are for game number 2. We're playing the rank 16 no something or other. I'll double check in a moment. He's got a bit of a fat stack though. I'd like to keep this hand. I think I'm going to keep it though. Most of these have got the compelling deterrence, the Reeve Soul of the under the floorboards. You're playing no Regan Nikki, something like that, or I have no idea, but whatever. Yeah, we're gonna be hoping we find one of our low-cost zombies fairly soon, so we can take advantage of compelling deterrence. Sorry. Okay, so he's gone for a blister pod on turn numero uno. Bit of Spanish for you guys there. No point Reeve Souling that. So I'm just going to move on. Yeah, Blister Pod isn't the best thing to Reeve Soul, especially if he's like mana screwed, for example. He may want that destroyed, and I'm quite happy to just take the 1 damage for now. Okay, we got an Eldrazi Mimic. Whenever another colourless creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may challenge Eldrazi Mimic's base power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Okay, so we probably want to Reeve Soul you. We're going to get anything else? No, we're not. So I think we're simply just going to Reeve Soul this turn. Play out Dranu Corpse Trawler next turn. Maybe from under the floorboards the turn after that. I mean, you could almost, like, compelling deterrence synergize up with under the floorboards. You could, like, bounce, say, for example, Drownu Corpse Trawler back to your hand with compelling deterrence, force yourself to discard a card, and then play out from under the floorboards madness cost. So he's going to take 1 damage there. Play out our blue mana. Ooh, we actually managed to find a Ghoul Crawler's Apprentice as well, which is quite nice. Probably play that out next turn. That along with maybe, like, compelling deterrence. So we could, for example, bounce back Matter Reshaper. So what does it do again? When Matter Reshaper dies, reveal the top card of your library. You may put that card into the battlefield. If it's a permanent card with converted cost mana 3 or less, otherwise put it into your hand. Okay, so he's got double Blister Pod now. We won't be blocking you. I'd rather block it with Ghoul Crawler's Apprentice next turn. Okay, so we'll play you out. We've also got a Shambling Ghoul, which is quite nice. So, do I swing with my zombie? I think I do. I mean, I might eat up both Blister Pods, which could be quite nice, so... We could also compelling deterrence one of the scions that it generates, but... So he's not blocking, so I might play out Shambling Ghoul then, anyway. Just because it's going to come down tapped. So we've got potentially an from under the floorboards play next turn. Gets us 3 zombies and 3 life, which is quite nice. Got a blocker for the Matter Reshaper in the form of a Ghoul Crawler's Apprentice, which he's going to swing with. So I honestly don't mind blocking with that, as I get to bring it back anyway. There we go. So he basically gets to look at the top card of his library, and it's a mountain, so... So he gets to put it onto the battlefield, but not much else. And he's also managed to find a Barrage Tyrant. Okay. So yeah, that's a toughie. Probably going to bounce it, to be honest. So yeah, I was going to bounce you, force you to discard a card. See what he's got to discard here. So yeah, that was actually quite lucky that he managed to find the red mana there, and he's had to toss away an act of treason. So we're just going to swing with both of these. Can't play anything else this turn, unfortunately. So I want to see what else he plays out this turn. I'm assuming he may replay Barrage Tyrant. He is replaying Barrage Tyrant, so we're going to Compelling Deterrence again. Next turn, I think. Just to be a complete troll. Force him to discard another card. Especially as he's left himself open for a swing this turn. So yeah, we're going to Compelling Deterrence you again. Fortunately, I can't quite play under the floorboards this turn. So he's tossed away another act of treason. Okay, that's fairly nice for us. So we're going to swing for 5, taking down to 9. And then just end our turn there. So he's going to try and replay Barrage Tyrant again. Just played out a Foundry of the Consoles, and there comes Barrage Tyrant. It would be nice if we drew one of our kill spells on that now. We've like bounced it back twice, and it'd be nice if we could somehow kill it this turn. Oh yes, we've actually done so. Unfortunately, Cruel Revival won't actually work that way, so let me have a think about this. So I'm going to swing with like my 2 zombies here. If he blocks with the Barrage Tyrant, we then bring back, say for example, Shambling Ghoul. So he's going to do that. Okay, so, and then if we pause here, we're just going to give you Death Touch instead. So it will die. But at least now we actually have something we can bring back with Cruel Revival, so we can bring back our Shambling Ghoul. Which is quite nice. So he does have 2 Scions now. How much mana has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4. What have we got here then? Birthing Hulk. Enters battlefield, put 2 1/1 Scions down. Okay, so at least I can kill you with the Cruel Revival next turn. So he's swinging with his 2 Scions. Which we're just going to skip blocking. Yeah, I was worried that he's going to have like... what's I'm looking for? Ulamog around here somewhere. What do we manage to find? Ooh, Geese's Blessing. Very nice. But I think we are going to Cruel Revival and bring back our Shambling Ghoul. So yeah, I'm just going to kill you. Bring back Shambling Ghoul. Don't think there's much else you can do here. Oh, you can regenerate it. I did not see that. Okay. I completely missed that, apparently. Oh no, it did die, which is weird. Why did that do that? Destroy target non-zombie... Oh, it can't be regenerated. Oh, right. Okay, so I was like, hang on a minute. So my destroy spell can't kill his thing, which which is about to regenerate itself. And then rereading my Cruel Revival, it can't be it can't be regenerated. Okay, so he's got another Birthing Hulk. Fantastic. So we thought we'd actually managed to destroy one of them, and he's somehow managed to find a second Birthing Hulk, which is interesting. So just gonna skip blocking there. So what we really need to play is something like Geese's Blessing, which is going to leave us open a death-touching zombie, I think. Oh, very nice. We actually managed to find Liliana here. So I'm going to play out Geese's Blessing, I think. Yeah, we're going to play you out. And then maybe play out Shambling Ghoul as well. So what this is going to do, this gives us a double blocker for the Birthing Hulk, although he can regenerate it. So I'd almost like to have like a Death Touch creature open. So I'm just going to skip blocking there. I mean, he can only regenerate it twice, so providing we only like provide a blocker for it a couple of times, we should be okay. I mean, we've got the from under the floorboards to gain ourselves some life and some more zombie tokens. So he's just going to swing with just Birthing Hulk. Okay. So do we double block here? And force him to sacrifice 2 tokens? I think we'd probably do that. So he's going to then have to regenerate, which will sacrifice 2 tokens. So he has to pay, what, a mana and a... yep, so that's been regenerated. So doesn't die. We lose our tokens, but what we got here then? Oh my god, Eyeless, what? You were joking. So you can basically just regenerate this like a ton more. What are we going to find? Stitch Mangler is interesting. So I'm going to play out Liliana here. And then I'm also going to play out Stitch Mangler, which is going to keep this thing tapped down. There we go. So that won't untap next turn, which is good for us. So it buys us some time to play out from under the floorboards next turn. Get ourselves some more creatures. Oh, and he's got Ulamog. So yeah, we're basically screwed anyway. I was like, has he got Ulamog in this deck? He probably has. So yeah, we're probably a little bit boned at this point. I can't see us coming back from this. We've got Stitch Mangler, which could basically keep it tapped down. Can't really think of much else though. No, I think this is probably game over because we're probably going to lose. As soon as this thing starts swinging at us, we're probably dead anyway. So let's move on to game number 3. Okay guys, here we have the final game of today, which is... I completely missed that there. I was looking at the wrong thing. We're going to keep this hand. We've got 3 3-mana plays and a 4-mana play as well. So we're playing rank 12 Mad Max. Went down to rank 15, reason being is I tried to start up a game a second ago. Got some horrible draws and then basically just kept milling myself down. So not milling myself down, kept mulliganing until I just had nothing because I had nothing. So then let the guy have a free win essentially. Okay, so we got Undercity Troll, so I'm probably going to Reeve Soul you this turn coming, as you can be potentially quite problematic. There we go, so we've got a 4th mana, which is nice, so we can get all the way up to Geese's Blessing. I'm tempted to play Crow of Dark Tidings this turn, and then maybe play Diagraph Colossus next turn, because we might get the bonus token on it if we somehow dump a zombie into our graveyard. So he's got nothing on turn 3, so it's a good job we re-sold that one there. Okay, so we'll play the Crow of Dark Tidings, which could potentially help buff our Diagraph Colossus. Would be nice to put 2 zombies into the graveyard. Yep, we put 2 zombies into the graveyard. Excellent. So this now comes down as a 4/4, which is a big bonus. Thank you, Crow of Dark Tidings. It's one of the few reasons why you're in this deck. Okay, so he's played out Nissa. Probably to help him ramp a little bit. So he's got himself a 4th mana. So he probably didn't want to play out Nissa, but he did anyway. Okay, so we should be playing out Diagraph Colossus this turn. Swing for 2. Yeah, it's a shame there's no like 1-mana zombies really in this version of the game either. I don't know if there's any that have been added into the full release of Shadows over Innistrad, but it'd be nice if you could play like a Diagraph Colossus and like a 1-mana zombie on turn 4, but... Okay, so he's got a Sandstone Bridge, which is going to make that a 3/3, and he's going to reprise all my Diagraph. Oh great, fair enough. That's annoying, to say the least. So he's going to swing for 3 with his Nissa. Could really do with my Cruel Revival now, would be quite nice. Okay, so what do we play here then? Do we go Stitch Mangler and Rancid Rats, or do we go Forgotten Creation? We'll swing for 2. I think I'm going to play Stitch Mangler because it doesn't appear though he has any... so it's really annoying that that Diagraph Colossus ended up coming down as a 4/4, as basically it then meant that... what's what I'm looking for? That it could be destroyed by Reprisal. So we're just going to tap this down. And then we've got 5 power on the board, which is quite nice. At least 2 of it's flying as well. So yeah, could potentially bring that back with a Cruel Revival if we find it. How much mana has he got? 5, so he's only 2 mana away from being able to flip Nissa into a Planeswalker form. What's going on here? Oh, he's been replaced. Okay, looks like he's disconnected. So we don't... Because he's disconnected and he hasn't left, for example, he has actually been replaced by the AI, just by the AI. So we actually have to finish this match off if we want to... wow, that's really greedy of the AI there to load up enchantments on one creature, especially if I had to have a kill spell in hand. which we do not, unfortunately. But so we're just going to swing for 5 here. Then I'm probably going to play out Geesa's Blessing, maybe. Gives us an extra 4 power on the board. So yeah, that is really greedy from the AI. If I had, like I said, if I had something like one of my one of my kill spells, that thing is doomed. Which we still have not found. So I think we're just going to swing with everything here. Just trying to like beat him down as fast as possible at this point, and just play out our 2 extra creatures. Push through at least 1 damage here. So he's going to destroy a crow, which is going to mill us a couple of cards. We're going to get rid of another diagraph. Okay, so we've only actually got none of them left. So the only way of bringing back a diagraph now would be Crew Revival. That's what I'm looking for. Crew Revival is my kill spell, which brings back one of my zombies. Although I think we've got enough power on the board here to actually just push through lethal next turn anyway. So yeah, even with Kythians and regulars, I still think we're okay, as we've got 1 damage. Yeah, so we've got more than enough creatures here to push through lethal. So yeah, this guy just did not have a good hand by the looks of things, so that won't trigger as we've got nothing in hand. And we've got a flesh bag as well, so for example we could just kill one of those and then flesh bag the other one. Okay, so this one can't actually be blocked, so we've actually got 4 points of unblockable damage here, which I hadn't realised initially. But yeah, so that's at least 1 win for today. At least finish off on a high with the zombie deck. Okay, so we'll go back up to rank 16. There we go, got 20 gold for our first win of the day. So if we had won those 2 first games, we'd have had enough gold to buy quite a few number of packs. But as it is, we're just going to buy... I can't think of how many we can actually buy here. About 3 or 4, maybe? Don't think it's 4. No, it's 4. It's at least 4. It's 4 or 5. No, we can't open 6 because that would be 900. So yeah, we're getting 5 packs. We've got an Oath of Jace, very nice. This is Judgment. Reality Hemorrhage, pretty cool. Devouring Flames. I've seen this one used quite a bit actually. So 3 mana, return a land you control to its owner's hand. So yeah, it's actually really cool. So for like 3 mana and bounce a land back, you get to deal 5 damage to a creature, which is actually really quite powerful. I've seen it used a few times. So it's opening our second pack. So we get another Seer's Lantern, which is... Ooh, we've got Lilvana Preserver. So this is good in a Super Friends deck. So when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more life than you, gain 5 life. When it enters the battlefield, and if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a 3/3 White Angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So yeah, that's great in a Super Friends deck. When you've potentially got lots of Planeswalkers, not many creatures. What does Seer's Lantern do? It just adds 1 mana to your mana pool. So it's like a 3 mana ramp card kind of thing. Got Weapons Trainer... This is Judgment. Okay, so let's buy 2 more. Here we go. Oops, Daisy, do not want to open all boosters. I actually want to be able to see what we're opening here. Got a Loam Lava, so... Okay, so that's like a mana fetch card. Stoneforge Masterwork, so good for all the tribal. Tar Snare, nice instant which can deal -3, -2. So it'd be better if it was -3, -3, but hey ho. Gravity Negator, because that's kind of like worse than the one that gives it like -4. Don't know why you'd use it, I don't know. Got Juraga Auxiliary, so it's a when you can support 2 using it, very nice. And also a Cyclone Sire. Okay, so 1 more pack here. Kozak's Pathfinder and Eldrazi Obligator. Whenever you cast Eldrazi Obligator, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Pretty good for Sakdos decks. Expedite, target creature gains haste, draw a card. Seen you before. I think we've seen... Okay, support 2 and gain control of target creature until end of turn. So yeah, some really great kind of like steal spells in Oath of the Gatewatch by the looks of things. And then we've got another Embodiment of Insight. Okay, 1 more pack to open today. We've almost got 50% of the set unlocked, which is quite nice. Okay, so open booster. It doesn't do it itself, which is annoying. What do we manage to get? We've got Nissa. I think that's one of the last of the few Planeswalkers I'm missing now. So I might look to see how many more cards we need to actually make a Super Friends deck. So basically, we can put planet creature tokens onto the battlefield. We can put 1/1/1/1 counter on all creatures we control, and gain X life and draw X cards, with X is the number of lands you control, which is kind of cool. course, Sky Climber, Witness the End. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from his or her hand. Interesting card, but not that useful. Then we've got another Cliffhaven Vampire, good for any vampire decks we want to make. So yeah, we basically need about 5,000 gold, I think, to finish off the set. There's something like 9,000 odd gold needed to also looking for complete the whole of Oath of the Gatewatch. So I think we should be able to get through that pretty quickly. But I'm going to leave it here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you've enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.